So today we're going to be talking about installing a set of grips on your bike. Here we got a set of the MotoSport Pros. A lot of options when it comes to grip. Nowadays, a lot of lock-on options. Some people still prefer to use the older style with glue. It's really personal preference. These days I'm really running the lock-on grips. I like the ease of taking them on and off, changing them out whenever I need to for different conditions, times of year. You know, when it comes to grips, a few different options outside of those two. There's the texture on the grip. You got half waffle, full waffle. There's also some compounds. So we have a soft compound here, so the material on the grip is gonna be much softer. There's a medium, there are hard compounds. Me, typically, I like to run softer compounds when it's wet in the winter, and I tend to go up to medium or hard during the summer months. Today we're gonna show you how to get on a set of lock-on grips here from ODI. Get some fresh feeling there on the handlebars for you. All right, I'm gonna start off on the non-throttle side. Gonna grab a 3mm Allen to loosen the bolt. Always use the short side first to loosen it. Then once it's loose, switch to the other side. Once you've done that, grip's loose, and you can massage it off. Always like to make sure you clean the bar after you take the grip off if there's any dirt or grime buildup on a clean surface to install the new grip on. So next I'm going to move to the throttle side. On the Yamaha here, it's a Phillips to remove and loosen the throttle. You want to move this booty over. 2 bolts here. So when you're doing the throttle, you're actually most of the time going to need to take these bolts all the way out so you can separate it. Since we're taking off another set of lock-on grips, the throttle tube and the grip are one piece. So it's all going to come off at once. And you got your throttle side grip off. So each set of lock-on grips is going to come with a little chart so you can find the right throttle cam for your make, model, and year. They're all labeled with the letters. Pay attention to the orientation because where you set the cable inserts is going to depend on where the grip sits on the bar. So these just snap on and off. So I'm going to just yank the old one off. Grab the correct one. Set it in the same location. Snap it on like so. Now you're ready to put it on the bike. Traditionally, bars come with some texture on this side. That's for your glue-on applications. Occasionally, that can make putting a lock-on grip a little difficult. It's a little tight. If that's the case, obviously make sure it's clean. You can buff it out a little bit if you need to. Just don't ever use a hammer or any kind of force on the end here to force it on. You're gonna want to do it by hand. The grip also is going to have the one bolt on it. I always line that up there on the bottom facing back towards you. And once it's fully seated, you can grab it, twist it, orient the bolt towards you. And you're going to go back to your 3mm, tighten that up, and then give it maybe a quarter turn or so with the short end. Test it, make sure you can't twist it. You're good to go on that side. So now we're going to move to the throttle side, sliding the grip most of the way on. Then you need to line the cables back up with the slots here on the cam. Once those cables are lined up in there, you're going to want to grab your housing and orient the cam into it. Make sure you get the cable guides in there properly. And then everything's lined up. If you want, you can test it, make sure you have smooth operation. Take your bolts. You just get them started. Then you're gonna make sure that the grip is all the way onto the bar, so push it towards the bike till you feel the end of the bar, hit the bar end here. Adjust it back to how it was. It's also, when you have this apart, if you need to lube your cables, it's a great time to do it while you have the throttle off. And put your dust covers back on. All right, last thing for the grips, I'm gonna install a set of grip donuts. It's gonna give you a little added comfort there on the inside of your hand when you're riding. So you just replace the cable as well, or find that there's an issue and you need to adjust your throttle cable here. On a toolless adjustment, unloosen the lock nut there, and you can move this piece up and down in the sheath. So the closer it is together, the longer the cable is, more slack. The further apart these two are, the less slack there's gonna be. So you're gonna wanna play with that till you get the right amount in there. And then just tighten that lock nut back up against there so it doesn't move on you, and you're good to go. Check the action, you're good to go.
Thanks for watching. For more information about parts and tools used in this episode, visit MotoSport.com or chat with a Gearhead. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great tips.